Trump's economy, guess what? It's booming. Huge new numbers. We're going to talk about the current state of the economy and how it could affect you and your real estate investing. That's today's show. Let's dive into it. Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris, longtime real estate investor. I'm the author of the popular book, the bestseller, How to Pay Off Your Mortgage in 5 Years. This channel is devoted to helping you build financial intelligence and financial freedom so that you can live the life that you want while your assets are putting cash in your pocket every month. So it's all about financial intelligence here on the channel. So we got some new economic data. I wanted to bring it to you. And yes, I did say this is Trump's economy because, look, it is Trump's economy. And look, I was a history major in college. Absolutely know that it doesn't matter what happens in the economy, up or down. Who's ever president at the time gets the blame, good or bad, right? Good times, that president's to blame. Bad times, that same president's to blame. So right now, love him or hate him, we're not talking politics here. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, and he is presiding over a booming economy. Now, I spoke to a CEO just this past weekend about hiring, and she told me, she said, look, we have all these job openings, and I can't fill them. I can't find qualified workers. I'm looking. We can't find them. Think about how it was a few years ago. The opposite was true. Now we're sitting where companies are trying to hire and they simply can't. So what exactly is going on here? Well, it comes down to the 3 threes, as Mick Mulvaney discussed it this weekend on Fox News. Take a listen to what Mick Mulvaney, who is the chief of staff to President Trump and who knows this stuff pretty darn well. Listen to what his take is on the 3 threes. That's GDP, that's wages, and that's also unemployment. Take a listen.
But the numbers are just great, and they continue to be. We look at it sort of the 3 threes. GDP is above 3, unemployment is in the 3s, and most importantly, and I think something that doesn't get as much attention, Janine, as it should, its wage growth is in the 3%. I think it was 3.2%.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people don't talk about that much. You know, the Democrats will get out there and say, you know, we need higher wages, but the wage growth is actually because of the competition, and the need for better labor is growing almost on its own.
And I watched some of the Democrats running for president, and they're on TV, and I keep wondering what they're talking about. They're talking about plants closing and people losing their jobs and wages going down, and all of that is the exact opposite of that is happening. So it's fascinating to watch everybody get richer. The wage increases have actually been focused at the bottom end of the economic scale, so we're lifting people up out of poverty and into the middle class. It's everything that Donald Trump said would happen from his policies, and it's just fun to sit back and watch it happen.
That's Mick Mulvaney, the chief of staff to President Trump, talking about the 3 threes. And if you think about wages right now, that was a big thing a few years ago, wage stagnation about 2 years ago. Now we're seeing an uptick in wages. But again, unemployment at record lows, record low unemployment, and companies simply can't find workers. And this is becoming a big problem. Wall Street Journal article just recently talking about a number of different companies from Portland, Maine to Des Moines, Iowa, who are having to they're struggling right now. They have all these job openings and they're having to even put in robots right now and automate parts of it because they can't find qualified workers to take on these jobs. And you know, people have a choice of where they want to work right now. People are moving around jobs. Millennials are leaving jobs and they're not even telling their employers they're leaving. Normally you'd give them 2 weeks notice. It's a new trend called, I think, ghosting is the term that they're using. So we are seeing an absolute booming economy right now. So what does this mean for rental real estate? Well, I'm encouraged because we still have an incredible demand for affordable housing in this country, and that's not going away anytime soon. We need millions and millions of units in order to satisfy that demand. Unemployment dropping significantly. More qualified tenants in properties. That means, like during the 2007 recession, there were landlords that were having trouble finding qualified tenants because anyone could get a mortgage back then. Well, guess what? It's still incredibly difficult to get a mortgage today. So that's good. Interest rates are low. It's still difficult to get a mortgage. Tenants with better jobs, higher wages, likely to stay longer in your properties. So I'm encouraged by this data. And again, we look at these trends, we see what's going on with trade, possible trade war. We're still keeping our eye on what's happening with Brexit. And I really want to focus on what's going to happen with these pensions. There's trillions of dollars in debt from these pension plans that are saddling California and others. When that thing goes bust, we could be in for a world of hurt. So are you insulated? Are you protected? Are you investing wisely in assets that wouldn't be affected by a massive pension problem? those are things to keep our eyes on. But again, we're sitting here right now, call it Trump's economy. We're sitting in a boom. A boom. I would love to hear your thoughts about Trump's booming economy. Do you think he's to blame? Giving him credit for it? His policies, his tax cuts? Let's get into a debate about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I've got no dog in this hunt, so please feel free to leave some comments. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. In the meantime, I want you to go out there, take action, and become a real estate investor, because I believe it's the #1 way to build wealth. Do it smart, like we teach you here to do it on the channel. We'll see you next time.